Sitting with the hurt and the harm in one room. Let truth breathe easy so grace can bloom. Victim, offender, mediation, step by step. Teaching how to listen and make a safe rep. From cell blocks to classrooms, from courts to the street. Designing programs where real people meet. Community centers and facilities too. Building bridges that carry us through. 50 states traveled, a map full of skies. Showing how to journey with wide open eyes. Workshops and pages, your wisdom in ink. When the world needs mending, you help it rethink. Host of Just Jacks, we lift every voice. Re-entry with dignity, give people a choice. Restorative justice, repair what was torn. Conflict resolution, new trust can be born. Family reunification, bring loved ones back. Hosting Just Jacks, we stay on that track.
Monday, we made it. December, guys, we've got 2 more Mondays after this, and that's it. We will be closing out the season of Just Jackson Guests here real soon. And when I say season, I really mean year, because guess what? I'm starting right back over the next week, which will be the 1st of January to be January 5th. So, so many cool things going on, guys. We have got so many awesome people in the house already. I've got these 2 amazing humans waiting backstage to get up here. I've got so much to share. Christy, I want to thank you so much for being here, my friend. And we've got Jane. Jane has my heart always. And Bill is in the house. So good to see you, my friend. He is over on YouTube. So if you ever want to join on YouTube, super easy. I do have the link to my page in the LinkedIn comments if it gets kind of wonky over there, which it does. And look at my friend. Javi's always here. He thinks I'm a dancer just because I posted one AI image, and now I kind of have to do it all the time. So just for him. Oh my gosh, Jeremy, thank you so much for being here, guys. I loving the support because these ladies deserve it. David, look at you, always here. One of these times you got to be in the other seat and you need to come on stage with me. Feel free to reach out anytime. Charles, you know I can't pronounce all of that. The hola I can do, but I don't think that sounds as good as somebody else may say it. Jenny, so great to see you. Thank you for being here. Oh my goodness. My dear Leslie, she's so great. I saw her show a little bit today. I was so excited. I don't always get a chance to pop on during the day, guys, but I was able to for her for a little bit. So I'm so happy about that. Guys, we have a jam-packed show, so I do want to get into it. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for anybody that shared with it, reposted it. Guys, we want to hype these women. They have so much knowledge. We've got Mesha. We've got Leah the same night. Oh, all this amazing, not just information, but energy. We were backstage for a little bit, the 3 of us, and it's just like, I just love them. Mr. Kenny's in the house. Thank you. Always appreciate you so much. Okay, so there's a couple things I want to acknowledge before I get Miss Mesha on. She's going to be first, and then Leah will be after that. I keep dancing for some reason. Not sure why. Sometimes I got too much energy. It's kind of wild. I want to make sure that you guys take a minute and check out Mr. Aaron Gibson's page. If you don't know, he is actually doing a campaign right now on LinkedIn. You can find him at Aaron Gibson. He is known as Soul Man, and he is doing a no more campaign. So it's a hashtag no more something. He is compiling a bunch of different things of what we don't want anymore in this world, and he's compiling it to this amazing song that he has. So check him out. Go to his page, all the information is there, and then he will update that as new things come in. So you just do like a 2 to 5 second video, super easy, holding up a sign saying no more or what. So I just got to acknowledge StreamYard's done a couple cool things. Do you see my little holiday outline? How cool is that? And they, for the very first time, I don't know how long it's been there. Maybe it's been there forever. But when I put like Aaron's thing up here, now it lets me pick how long do I want it to stay up, and I don't have to kind of do it all by myself. So super cool. Any second, it'll just go away automatically. Look, no hands. He's gone. Isn't that wild? Guys, that might have been a feature for like a year or so, and I just am figuring it out. But every time I do something new techie, it just makes me so excited. It's a good thing. I got the joy of being in Melanie's show this morning too. Well, this afternoon. It was so great to see her. Um, and we had a lot of feminine energy in there as well. I want to remind you guys, and this is a big reminder, just because there's a female doing a show, just because it's a guy, it does not mean that you can't enter. We want that diversity up there. You deserve to listen to new speakers. You deserve to get energy from whoever that host or hostess is. You deserve to see new people in the room, because if you go to the same rooms every single time, guess what? You might have some really great friends in there, but it's going to be the same people every single time. And if you're like most of us, we want to diversify. We want to get to know other people. We want to hear what people have to say. Maybe we can learn something that maybe we wouldn't have been able to learn before, because there's a lot of knowledge out there, guys. And oh my gosh, I'm seeing some new names that I don't usually see in here. So thank you for coming. If you're supporting Mesha or Leah or both of them, welcome to Just Jackson Guest. This show airs every single Monday night, my time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Generally have two guests on stage with me each night, and we talk about some cool things that are going on in their world, letting you get to know them as a human, and then hearing about what they have to offer. Do they have a book? Do they have a website? Are they hosting other shows? Do they have a special podcast? Do they have a workshop coming up? Are they looking for a job? Are they hiring somebody? Are they passionate about something? Do they want to talk about something that's near and dear to their heart, or ask questions of other people? So you don't have to have a special thing behind your name, any kind of special job or anything to get on stage. You just have to reach out to me. But I'm getting pretty booked up for January. There's only 1 or 2 slots left. We're going into February. Reach out to me if this is something you want to be highlighted. Now, part of me is just highlighting awesome people. I want diversity. I want people to realize that this world is a much better place when there's so many other people from different cities and states and countries and the other side of the globe. We have people in different time zones already here, guys. It's important to learn new people, all right? So with that being said, I do want to pause just a second, and I really want to think about the intense tragedies that have been going on around our whole globe lately. It is a tiring, exhausting, emotionally draining, heartbreaking world that so many of us are seeing on a constant day by day images. We're hearing it on the news. We're seeing it on social media. Some of us are living in these communities, these states, these countries where there's so much violence, there's so much racism, there's so much hate. We don't need this, guys. We deserve to lift each other up. We deserve to cheer on each other. You winning does not mean that I'm losing. You doing something amazing means that, wow, maybe I can learn from you. You doing something for somebody else makes me think about doing more for other people. That's what we need more of, and that's what this show will always be about. We may talk about things that trigger some people. We may talk about things that might be a little sensitive, but the whole point of this show is to respect one another and to learn how we can be part of this more. So I do want to thank all of you that are here, those of you watching replay, whether you're on Facebook or you're on LinkedIn or whether you're on YouTube. I appreciate your time here. I'm getting ready for Miss Mesha, because I could talk and talk and talk, but you need to hear from these beautiful women. And when I say beautiful, I'm not just saying their outward beauty. They do so much to help other people. And I keep saying they because they're like, we're all backstage and everything, but we're doing one-on-one, because that's how you get to know somebody just a little bit more. Not all of us have time for coffee chats or for meetings on individually. So what we're doing is we're bringing them to you, giving you a little taste of who they are. And then it's up to you to connect with these wonderful people, follow up with them, learn about them, see how you can grow. And guess what, Miss Mesha, we were in the same book together. Miss Nick, another one of your amazing, wonderful co-authors, is coming to stage. Are you ready for her? Are you ready for her? I am. Here she comes. Hello, my friend.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you, Jackie?
Oh, so good. I have been trying to get you on stage. And when I say that, it's not that you haven't responded. It's that I don't like to bug people or beg them to come on show, but I kept being like, I need to get her on my show.
Well, you are just for you. I will do the 9 p.m. Eastern, but normally I'm on my way to a Netflix movie with some lemon water. But I'm glad to be here tonight. Most definitely. Thank you.
I appreciate that. And this is not my time of choice. I would much rather have done it at like 7 p.m. Eastern time, but my world is so chaotic. And I also didn't want to bump into some other shows that are consistently at the same time. And so I'm like, 9 o'clock it is. I'll just give you a little hint though. I took about a 25-minute nap before the show. So maybe that's why I got more energy.
Well, hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you for coming tonight. I know you're out there. I know you're listening, and I appreciate you as well.
And like I said, there's some names in here that I don't overly recognize. So I'm thinking they're coming to see you or Miss Leah. So super happy about that. I start off the show the same way. So it's 3 questions for each guest. And then after your questions are done, you get to highlight whatever you chose to come and talk about because you got so much going on. You've got a show tomorrow. You're writing your 3rd book. There's so many things. But let's start with our questions. Mesha, tell us 2 things. I know there's probably so many more, but tell us 2 things that you are proud of that you have done, that you have accomplished, my friend.
Well, I will say that I don't like to give myself a whole lot of credit. I'm really not a me person. Anyone who knows me knows that. I put myself out there for others as an open book. A lot of people don't know that I don't care about titles. I never have, never will. I came to this platform, like if you read the story, I'm glad you held up the book, but I came to this platform as a pharma business development person in 2013. So I was always in the background as a pharma business development person in 2013, studying LinkedIn. So I absolutely didn't start with internet or not internet, but with any kind of platform until I was like 48. I quit a day job in 2015, and then I turned around and took some money and spun it and started Infrared Vision in 2018. So, and I learned that what I do to serve the 40 plus community, it was after a cancer scare. So I really stepped up to the plate, and I really am an introvert. So basically, I've had to learn through my sales career as a pharma business development person to become an extrovert. So I'm proud of myself, number one, at age 52 for starting Infrared Vision. And that was 7 years ago already. It goes by just like that. And then number 2, in the last year, discovering my dyslexic self. I tell my downfalls, but it was actually a positive in meeting Nick, which helped me start my author journey last August because I was never confident in my writing. And so those are the 2 things I will say lately that I'm very proud of. Mm-hmm.
I love that so much. And I know as an introvert and as somebody that doesn't always want the limelight or that kind of like, hey, look at me, it's a little hard to share that. But my dear friend, you deserve to be aware of how great you are because that helps other people understand that it's okay for them to be great too. And so I'm so glad that you came up with that. And if you did not hear what she just said, dyslexia, author, come on, guys. There is support when you're ready for it, isn't there, Mesha?
Yes, most definitely. And I'm glad that that journey started with Nick because she really understood what dyslexia was about and the trepidation that I had behind writing. And basically, you know, the way her personality is really guided me through the process. And I've heard you all say it too. She makes you feel like the only one in the room, you know. So that was definitely an experience that started. And it's funny, I pursued her to get in the book, and then she didn't have any openings. And I said to her, if God wants me to be in this book, you'll call me back. Well, she called me back less than 24 hours later on a Sunday. And she said, I have an opening, and I took it. And then that spun into someone else noticing me. Basically, well, second project was my coach putting me in her book. And then someone else noticed me right after Nick's project and asked me to write for her project, which I just confirmed all the changes this past Saturday, and that'll be launching next week, actually. It is a leadership book, and I write about a very powerful style of leadership that I think we all need to get back to.
That is so cool. So I was creeping on your page right before you came on stage, and I noticed it said that your third book was coming December 2025. And I'm like, it is December 2025. I want to know about this book. And you just, so I'm so excited.
Yes, yes. So it's the first time I'm on the cover as a solo writer, and it's a beautiful cover. And I'm just really just excited about the message that's inside of it. Really much, Jackie. I just really feel very passionate about putting real truth out there. And I feel like that if we're not careful in this, don't get me on one of my soapboxes, but if we're not careful in this new artificial intelligence environment, which I was just hired by my own coach as well. In fact, LinkedIn is triggering messages in the last 24 hours. Congratulations with 1 year with Ingenicom. And what that is my coach, business coach of 7 years, Maureen, hired me last December to be a mindset catalyst to her company. So now I hold space on her website and services through her website, because I'm actually creating a workshop in 2026 to focus on the 40 plus communities mindset, talking about what type of mindset you need behind artificial intelligence. But I really just want to finish that statement and say, I really want the 40 plus community to pay attention with all this technology, that we don't fall away from truth. Truth is important, because you know that everything can be skewed one way or the other, but make sure we use our own brains and mindsets and make sure we still identify with the truth. What would you have to say about that?
Girl, so much knowledge right there. And for anybody that thinks people that are over 40 are ancient or old, y'all don't realize all the things we've been through. I mean, we started with phones that were attached to the wall, and we migrated to cordless phones. We migrated to mobile phones. Now we can basically just think of something and boom, it shows up on our phone as an app. So that AI stuff is intense and wild, but we're learning it. And some people are using it to live their life instead of still be creative. So you will always see me encouraging people to learn and do new things, but you are never going to see one of my posts that are created by AI. Now, there are like documents for work and different things that sometimes I will get outlines for on AI. I ask questions on how to do things instead of going to YouTube, because my brain can't always process videos, but you're not going to see my words ever come from a computer, because then that's not me. You know, it's just not me. I need to get back to your questions, because I am getting so excited reading some of these comments people are dropping for you, and they are also supportive of you. But even with all the amazing things you've done and the things you're still doing and the cool things that are coming from you, we are still works in progress. Is there something you're willing to share with the audience on one area you're still personally growing in?
Oh, yes, most definitely. I feel like that, with going on 8 years next year, because there's certain core mindsets, there's over 20 something mindsets out there, but in mindset coaching and what infrared vision covers, I feel like I am my own personal avatar. I live what I teach. So if I'm talking about having vision and mindset, I'm behind the scenes creating my own vision. I'm behind the scenes accomplishing that vision. If I'm talking about a poverty or scarcity mindset, which that's one core mindset that we talk about, I'm also dealing with, and this is a solid to goodness truth. If you don't believe me, talk to some of the people that are on my profile. They will tell you I keep it real. I'm working on getting out of debt. So if I'm teaching about people getting out of debt for 58 and beyond or 60 beyond and remaining that way, I'm working on getting out of debt myself. If I am talking about a growth mindset, then I'm growing as well, which you can see. I'm creating new things, doing new things, evolving, just like I'm teaching the 40 plus community or whoever comes across my path, because I want no hypocrisy when it comes to infrared vision. I want to be exactly who I am trying to attract, as well as helping people overcome. And infrared vision has its own um, 3R's mindset that I have registered trademark, which is redefine, rebuild, and restore. It's a registered trademark that we got blessed with in 2022. And I call it get a 3R's mindset. And what that means is after any adversity, such as loss, I've lost a child before, after divorce, I've been through a divorce, after any adversity of empty nesting, career change, ageism, we want to make sure that people feel comfortable in doing mindset shifts and change.
That is amazing. I love how I asked for one area you're growing in, and you're talking about the stuff you're sharing with, you either have been through it or are currently going through. That's how we break down those barriers. That's how we encourage people to get those new mindsets. I love what you're doing. I want to digress for just a minute. I'm seeing a lot of comments that say, my comments aren't being posted. I can't read what I'm writing. There's a big delay. There's testing. Guys, I can see a lot of comments, but I know there's some that are missing as well because I've heard other people talk to people. Sometimes LinkedIn and StreamYard are the best of friends, and other times they don't really love each other. Usually YouTube comments usually come in a little better. So if you need to switch over there, my page is the @ and it's just like my name is on there, except there's no comma between the Hallberg and the LMSW. Feel free to go there. Otherwise, give it a minute. I think there's anywhere between a 30-second and a 3-minute delay these days. It depends on how many other people are running lives at the same time. It depends on the weather. It depends on everything in the world, I think, and nothing at all at the same time. So, Miss Mesha, my last question is what I ask everybody, and then I'll let you kind of keep on going on any area you want to go on. If you could travel right now anywhere in the world, it doesn't matter how much it cost, how long you were there, if you went solo or with a group of people, where would you want to go right now?
Portugal.
Ooh, you didn't even hesitate. I love that.
Yes,
Oh,
Portugal is Lisbon is at the top of my list right
I
now.
love that. I love that so much. I really want to get there too. I was looking at a cruise that I might do next year that goes there and then like stay in a couple extra days because it's like, it just sounds so wonderful. It really,
Yes, I want to retire by some type of body of water. It used to be Turks and Caicos at the top of my list because I have a friend over there. She has her own rental properties. You can check it out at tciblue.com. But I used to want to go there, but I can go there for free now, so that's not a challenge. So now I want to go to a combination of what looks like Little Italy and the beach. And Portugal just seems like the perfect, most beautiful spot to do that.
and I've heard that the friendliness level there is pretty top notch. And that means a lot to me when I travel is really making sure that I'm not going to be like feeling like I can't interact with people. I want to learn people's culture. I want to learn people that live in the places I go to. And I've heard they're very welcoming. So I can't wait for you to go there. Who knows? Maybe we'll cross paths when we're in Portugal or something together.
You never know. You never know.
So, guys, even though some of the comments aren't posting, that has to be a LinkedIn issue tonight because it sounds like it's only coming from there. It's given some people some errors. So, if you want to write to Mesha, ask her some questions that we're just not able to see while we're going live, she will probably have a chance to follow up, probably not until tomorrow or so, but make sure you're dropping them. Tag her in the comments if you can. That way she can make sure to go back or just go right to her page. Make sure that you're connecting, following, listening to all the information that she shares. And her live will be tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Is that right?
That's correct.
Tea time. Tea time. I love it. All right. I want to turn the mic over to you. What do you want to share with audience that maybe don't know you quite as well as you'd like them to know, or maybe there's some new names you've been seeing popped up? I would love to hear what you want to share with everybody.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, basically, you guys, I am just so happy to be here tonight, and I'm humbled. I just really want to focus in on the holiday season and the heart that I think we all should have. I know there's a lot of people running around saying happy holidays and things of that nature, but let's also be mindful of the people, because I do serve the 40 plus community. I just ran into someone earlier on LinkedIn that's been a long time infrared vision follower. I won't say his name, but is losing his partner, lifetime partner. I just want to bring forth that I think that we should stretch our hearts and our mindsets to check on the people that we love, check on the people that you haven't seen or talked to in a while, because everyone is not having a happy holiday. And I think that we need to shift our mindsets to make sure we remember everybody, especially if there's someone older than you. I happen to be a divorced 59-year-old with a dog, and some people check on me, but I just really want you to make sure that as we go through this holiday season, that you remember someone that may or may not be on the forefront of your mind. Check in on them, love on them. And also, there's some things that have been bothering me lately about certain connections and family members who may be distant from one another. Maybe you need to do a mindset shift and change and reconnect. Time is short, and forgiveness only takes a millisecond. And so, therefore, it would be nice if you could shift your mindset and say, you know what? Whatever it was, and whatever is today. And we don't know the day, the minute, or the hour that we won't have a chance to forgive somebody, to talk to somebody. So, therefore, I would say to you in closing, I just think that you need to go ahead and put whatever you have aside and pick up the phone and reach out to that individual today. What you think about that, Jackie?
Girl, I knew you were going to drop some knowledge, but I didn't know you were going right to the feels because oh, so I know September is usually a rough month for people that have mental health concerns. There's a lot of tragedy that happens in September. Right before the holidays, statistically, there's a lot of death. And some of it is not just from sickness, some of it is from totally unexpected things. So the fact that you brought that up and it just kind of poured right from your soul, it just really hits me because so many of us are so caught up in we got to get the end of the year financials done. We got to get all these presents wrapped. We got to buy. We got to do this. Oh, there's so much for me. There's so much snow outside. It's so cold. We got to hustle. Are my kids coming? Are they not coming? We get so caught up on this. We do forget, or we don't take time to just slow ourselves down a little bit, reach out to those we care about, reach out to people that may not have a bustling family coming through the door or nobody checking up on them. And for you to put it so eloquently, and then again, tying it right to yourself. There is no shame in living alone. There is no shame in being outside of a relationship. There is no shame in being a little sad or lonely anytime, let alone around the holidays. You are amazing. I absolutely am so thankful that you came to the show tonight. Now, how can people, maybe they're not sure if they want to be completely into this mind shift mode, but they really are vibing with you and they want to learn more from you. Do you encourage them to reach out directly? Do you want them to come to some of your events? What is the best way for them to get you into
All the above, and don't have any red tape about it, no pun intended. But, I want everyone to open up their mindsets and start to achieve their own infrared vision. It is important that the 40 plus community keeps on doing the mindset shift and change. I'm going to close with this. With all that's going on outside of our doors, you still have to be consistent and persistent about what you want to achieve. There is no one else that's going to drive you more than the person in the mirror. Jackie, what has shocked me this year is that I used to have women doing the training. I've had more men this year than women, which has shocked me to do training mindset shifts and change with me this year, that I see a shift in the atmosphere. Men really do want to complete their own infrared vision. They want to get to the goal, or so to speak. You know, some are just not feeling so uh, in order, and things are out of order. So I will say this: you can reach me at go to www.infraredvision.org or email me at info@infraredvision.org, and let's just talk. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. My thing is, and I tell people on my show, you know, if you need a mindset shift and change. It's not up to me to sell you. You know if you need mindset shifts and change. So I'm just going to treat you like a human being, and that's it.
I love that so much. I just want to be like, preach it, woman, preach it, because we deserve to take care of us. We are so busy worrying about other people or what they think about us or what this, and sometimes we forget how deserving we are to say, I'm ready. I do need a little outside assistance. I do want to learn from somebody that's been there or somebody that can look at things outside of my focus, because they don't know me. They're not in my head every day. They're not living in my space at my job. And you just explained it so perfectly. Get to know Mesha. Check her out. Go to her show tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Follow up with her. Be ready for that book drop. Please, when you guys share that the book is available, make sure you tag me in a post or put me in the comments or something, because I love buying people's books that have been willing to come on stage, because it means more to me than you know, because they would get so bored if I was the only face up here for an hour every week. And you bring the knowledge, you bring that vibe, you've supported people, and I just want to thank you so much for being here today, my friend. You
Thank
are
you.
amazing. I will see you soon, okay?
Thank you. Namaste.
Bye-bye. See, every time I think I kind of know what one of our guests are going to kind of have this vibe of, or what they're going to talk about, they just get me in the feels, or they spark my brain into a whole different option. She was amazing. I knew she was going to be great, but I could sit and listen to her all day. I mean, you guys know my energy level, I'm bouncing all over the place and everything. And sometimes I just hear a voice and I'm like, I'll just sit here and listen. But since it's my show, I kind of had to talk. So sorry about interrupting her a few times. Guys, the comments are doing weird things. I actually used my phone because I can't do it on the computer, or you'd see my big hands typing. And my comment did not post either, but I did not get that kickback. Some people are actually saying they're getting a kickback that it didn't post. I've tried to do 2 comments now and it's not showing for me. So if you are in the audience and I have not shouted you out, I haven't had a chance to pull up one of your comments. Please know that I'll go back and look at things. The guests that are on tonight, they'll hopefully be able to check as well, because we want you to get to know the people that are taking their time to not just come on stage, but are coming into these comments to lift people up, to make some jokes, to reconnect with people, to learn from these speakers. It's amazing. Now, if you're using like a computer, a desktop, laptop, it sounds like that most of the comments are going through. So it might be just one brand of phone, because I know sometimes LinkedIn gets mad at one of the other types of phones. I do see Omar's in the house, and let's see, we've had a couple more people join. Yolanda's here, and we have got Mike went over to YouTube because it sounds like it's better for him there. And it's amazing. Gary, thank you so much for being here. It is Nick's here because, of course, we had to talk about her being our author, or our publisher, and co-author as well too. Lots of opportunity to say hi to new people in the comments. If it doesn't go through right away, hopefully it'll go through afterwards. Gregory, thank you for being here. Dr. Tanya, thank you for being here. Lisa, I saw that you were here. Definitely appreciate you guys, and especially if you're willing to go back and forth from YouTube to LinkedIn or Facebook. It really shows that you're connected. You want to vibe. You want to learn from these amazing people. Are you ready for the wonderful, amazing? You know, she calls herself a financial professional. She's more like a wealth rock star, and you want to get to know this lady. Are you ready? Because here she comes. Oh, my friend Bill Hops just got in the house. Here comes beautiful Leah.
Whoop, whoop. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. I made it. I'm here with the one and only Jackie Hallberg. Oh my gosh, I've been watching you for years. I just am so excited to be here. And you've got such a great crowd. I love all the comments. Miss Mesha brought it. She brought down the house. I don't know. It's a tough act to follow. She was dropping tons of golden nuggets.
No.
I love it.
That woman, I tell you, she just soared in here and just like, velvet, just absolute velvet. Yeah. And that's, I struggle sometimes, Leah, because it's like every single person on this stage I've been doing this since the first week of April. And every time I'm just like, we're just giving a taste of you just to get people to know who you are. And then boom, they can connect with you. And every time I'm like, wait, you need to stay a little longer. We have a few more questions. So I want to jump right in with you to my 3 questions that everybody's looking forward to hearing you answer. And then you can drop your knowledge. Guys, she has her Wednesday show pretty much every Wednesday. I love when I can catch it because I just hear 1 or 2 pieces of knowledge and I'm like, I can use that. Why didn't I think of that? It's so good. And you do such a great job with that. 2 things that my dear friend Leah, that you are proud of for yourself, that you have done, accomplished, you've worked through.
Yeah, I would say number 1 is definitely, being a parent, my precious grandson, super proud of the community and the family that we're building. And, martial arts for sure. I love martial arts. I think everyone should train some form of martial arts. And I would also add my business. I'm super proud of my business, the people that I've been able to serve, the people I've been able to connect and just be able to meet on LinkedIn, off LinkedIn, in person. I really just love what I do. It's not what I do. It's really a part of me, right? It's in my DNA. I've been in the industry now 20 years. February will be 20 years, and I'm 60 and a half years old. I feel like I'm just getting started, right? I mean, I'm like, where did the first 60 and a half years go? I don't know, but I've got so many things. I got a laundry list of things to accomplish. So there you go.
I love that. I don't know about you, but I remember very clearly when that show 30 something was on. It was back when I think we had 3 channels in my house. It was like a sitcom. And all I kept remembering is who that's in their 30s would have anything fun to have on a TV show because they're so ancient. They're so old. Now it's like, oh yeah, we are rocking it. We are past middle age. We're middle age, whatever you want to call us, but we got so much life left. I swear, Leah, I feel at least younger than I did in my 30s, if not some of my 20s. And I don't think people realize that you can change your wealth, you can change your business, you can change your education at any age you want. So thank you for dropping that. I appreciate that so much. But before I go on to your next question, tell me about this martial arts. Which one are you training in, or which one is your passion the most?
Traditional style Shotokan. So it's traditional. It's not all this flying and jumping stuff. And I've also dabbled in Aikido and some jujitsu. And absolutely, I love it. It's really, it is, again, part of my DNA. I just believe that we learn so much through martial arts that it's really like a metaphor for life. It truly, truly is. And one thing I always think about, my first instructor told us, is that when you come into the dojo, when you bow, yes, it's about the honoring, the art and those who came before us, but it's also leaving your worries and your troubles at the door. So that when you come into the dojo, you're just focused on your training. Leave everything else there. And then when you come back out, if you want to, you can go ahead and pick back up those troubles, but they're going to look a little bit differently. You're going to see them with fresh eyes. So that's one of the things that I just love about martial arts. And it's really the great equalizer. I've watched people come into the dojo. Listen, when I started training, I was 220 pounds. I had a bad back. I couldn't sit or stand for any length of time. I just thought, this is it. I was like 34 years old. I thought, oh my gosh, this is it for me. And so I started training. And then I watched people who were in better shape than me, who were super athletic. They were boxers. They were track stars, and they would come in, but they didn't make it through. And so I am super proud of myself that in spite of everything, all the adversity, I did get to my black belt and beyond. And it's really because of having that discipline, but so many people pouring into me, right? And that's really what it's about. You talk about that so much. I love the way that you phrase that all the time, Jackie. So if you want to know what your next level is, start training, get to the dojo. You're going to figure out things about yourself that you never even knew existed.
That's amazing. And hopefully YouTube or LinkedIn or whatever doesn't ban me, but you're a badass. I love learning that about you. A black belt. I never knew that. You impress me. So even though you've accomplished all these amazing things, you've had the same career for 20 years, you've gotten a black belt, you know multiple types uh, of the amazing. I mean, there's such a historic art too. You know, it's not just exercise, it's not just training.
Right.
It's so much history in the work that you've been doing. But as I talk to Mesha, as I talk to everybody on the show, we are all still growing. In the day we stop wanting to learn or elevate ourselves, our brain starts to say, is this it? This is all? What is the area you're willing to share? I say you're still growing or learning in.
Oh, well, how much time do we get here? Okay.
I got all night.
Definitely a work in progress. This year, I'm definitely going to work on reading more and getting up earlier. You know, I'm not a morning person, even though I do the 4 a.m. with Eric and friends. And I do get up at 6, but I find that that's just too late. I mean, I just need another hour in the morning. So I'm going to be a part of the 5 a.m. club. I'm saying it here, you guys hold me accountable. And I do get up at 5 a.m., but not consistently, right? I want to be able to do it consistently and get that extra hour because my workout time is super important to me. And I find that if I'm getting up at 6, I'm not able to get the things in. I love to take like an hour beach walk in the morning. I know, you guys, it's crazy. But then I go to the gym. So I need an extra hour, and that's the way I'm going to have to do it. So reading more, getting up earlier are two of my biggest, upgrades that I'm going to do this year.
I love that so much. Like, so rest is super important. And I think some of us do have sleep issues, and some of us know that when we eat the wrong stuff, we don't sleep as good. If we have a lot of stress, we don't sleep as good. But when you're just sleeping sometimes too much, your brain kind of feels like you're already, like you said, you're already late. You're late to the game or something. So I'm interested if you'll circle back with me and let me know how it goes when you start doing more of that 5 a.m. club, because I should probably start doing it too, because I like to go to bed early, and sometimes I just feel like I didn't do enough during the day. There should have been a few more things. And, sometimes in the morning, I'm just like, the earlier I get up, it seems like the closer I'm going to be late to work because I get distracted and start doing too much. So maybe if I got up even earlier, maybe then I get done what I want to do. So keep me posted on that. Okay, my friend, I know you love your beach because you just told us, but if you could go anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
Yes. So I intend to travel the world. Anywhere you want to go. Mesha, I would say Turks and Caicos. Miss Misha's got a place there. Like Miss Misha, let's hook up. Okay. I actually won a trip to a private island this past October. I wasn't able to go because I had a family member who was terminally ill. And she passed away, unfortunately. But I've got many. I've got a Bahama trip that's been happening in March. I would say if I could go one place right now would be back to St. Bart's.
Oh, tell me why.
Just incredible. I love the beach. I'm a beach girl. The sun and the beach. And the beaches are incredible there. The views. I've been there once, and it was just such an incredible memory. We went with a big group of people, a lot of fun. And I just think that, hey, fun is another one of my favorite F words. So I'm there.
I love that so much. I am excited for your upcoming trips. Make sure to post some pictures. So many people, especially on LinkedIn, we don't always think about sharing our outside of the office time or the other information. And sometimes when people realize that other people cannot travel, that is the only way they can experience it. And so I always encourage people to throw a couple of those vacation pictures in once in a while, because especially in your line of work, it's like, people want to be able to manage enough that they can escape when they want to. They can go on vacations. And some of us grow up in that mindset that you're not one of those. You're never going to be able to travel. You're never going to have enough money. You're never going to do that. So now that you are willing to share your 3 questions with me, I'd love to turn the stage over to you. Let people know a little bit about you, how they can follow you, learn from you, learn some finances, and just learn to know who Leah is a little bit more than what I'm just sharing about you. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure. So I like to say what I teach is not really taught in the traditional industry. I like to take off the curtains, take off the gloves, pull back the curtains, and teach you what is behind there. What's a real way that we can build wealth? A lot of people will talk to you about building your wealth. But what I'm going to teach you how to properly protect it, distribute, and transfer that wealth. And a lot of times people give me some pushback and they say, you know what, Leah, all you do is talk about money. I don't need a lot of money. I don't need to be rich and wealthy. But I always ask this question. If you don't need that rich and wealthy, maybe there's somebody that's tied to your red wagon who does. Maybe there's a family member that's living in squalor and they need your help. Maybe you have a family member who's going through a terminal illness and they need some assistance. We never know what that opportunity would be to be able to bless somebody. So as we have more, we're able to give more. I say, as I receive out of abundance, so I can give out of abundance. And so many people didn't grow up wealthy. I didn't come from a wealthy family. I actually grew up on food stamps and welfare in the Bay Area on the wrong side of the tracks. And, you know, I would always see other neighborhoods where they had green grass and shiny cars and pretty houses. And I would ask my parents, like, why can't we have that? How did they have those things? And so I had seen this commercial and the announcer said, if you spray Windex on your windows, your whole world will sparkle. I was 6 years old. I begged for Windex. We were po, okay, not poor, po. We didn't have the R. She tried to give me the generic. I said, oh, no, I need the Windex. That's what he said. She bought me the Windex and I would just, I'm sure it was smudging up the glass, but I was just cleaning those windows. So in my mind, I knew there was a better future. I knew that I would have something better. And every time I help a family, I know this sounds corny, but truly, Jackie, I do think about the little children that are in their lives, whether they're a parent, an auntie, an uncle, a grandparent, a friend, a relative. Maybe you're the neighbor who gives those little kids the treats. I was that little girl. I was that little girl who the neighbor would reach out and give us a meal to eat or some nice clothing. And so as we have, we can give more. So it's not just about us accumulating this wealth. It's about who can we impact? What is the impact that you want to leave? And that's what I do for families. I say that it is the wealth we have today should be our dynasty tomorrow. It's not just to accumulate the wealth, but again, it's time for us to flip the script on generational poverty into generational prosperity, whatever that means to you. Whatever that means to you. It may mean you're the first one in your family to be out of debt, like Miss Mesha. Maybe it means you're the first one in your family to buy a home. Maybe it means you're the first one in your family to take a trip, right? And pay it in cash. I don't know what that means for you. But whatever that is, I just believe this, Jackie. Every single one of you, I see a lot of comments. Every single one of you to a person can achieve that. You absolutely can. The least important thing about you is your past. Mm-hmm. Let's go out and build that dynasty future.
I love that so much. You saying that word, I had to quick look away and write it down because I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget it. But generational prosperity. Talk about a mindset shift. You know, we just talked with Mesha about changing mindset, but when you grow up with that poverty mindset, or that it's not going to happen to me, or nobody's given me permission to try to look at wealth beyond just paying those bills and maybe not even paying them all the way this month, and to think about prosperity. And so I'm big on hope. I mean, I work with so many people that have made decisions that the society has told them they don't deserve to have great things, or they don't deserve to be safe or treated like a normal human. And the change, the thing that tends to make people shift and stop doing the same kind of criminal behavior and stop doing the same kind of things that have held them back, is the word hope. And I liken that to your word prosperity. And I think that is a shift that I'm going to try to add a little bit more often.
I love that.
Girl, good stuff. You dropped it. And I love your title on your page right now, or under your name right now, Dynasty Builder. Mm-hmm. And to think of you as a 6-year-old wanting Windex, to think about what you're doing to give back to other people, because you could be out here just saying, oh, book with me and I'll make you so rich. I'll make you so rich. But you're talking about way past rich. You're talking about wealth. And wealth doesn't just happen overnight. And it doesn't just happen to people that are lucky or born into it. And that's the thing that I love about your shows is that you let people just, I mean, honey, I've worked nonprofit my whole life. I mean, I almost was an engineer. Instead, I went to be social worker, kind of a different funding stream there. And you let us all feel like we are just as able to do it as anybody else. And I love that about you. So share some more on that if you don't mind.
Yeah. And I really do know that because I've done it and I've helped clients do it. Listen, I talk about the power of the penny. When we change the way we look at things, Jackie, the things we look at change. You might see a penny and just toss it aside. Now they're not even making pennies anymore. When I first started talking about this, we still were making pennies. Now they're not making pennies anymore because they're not worth anything. But do you know if you took a penny and you doubled it every day for a year, you would have a number too big to quantify. So it's not about us starting with $1,000 a month to invest or a certain amount of money to invest. You can start with a penny. You pick up this penny, and guess what? It might just be 1 cent. But however, if you collect pennies older than 1982, those have a higher copper content. And some of those pennies are worth many cents and maybe even many hundreds of cents. So this you can do with your children. I do this with my precious grandson. We get a roll of pennies and we look through them and he knows, oh, cams. Which one? Is this one old enough? So it's really about how we think about money. Our relationship and conversations with money. I call it a money mind shift. We have to have a shift in our thinking. Mm-hmm. Most of us, and including me, we all have a certain thing that we've grown up with money. And we have to understand that it's time for us to set those aside. And if you're not sure how to set up your goals, talk to our Queen, Dr. Leslie Flower. She'll help you to set up your goals and be willing and able to receive that wealth. So many entrepreneurs, Jackie, I see them. They're working so hard. They're getting up early. They're staying up late. They're missing birthday parties. They're foregoing vacations. But then when it comes time to collect the check, they push away. Don't you have to pay me so much? I don't want to be wealthy. I don't need that much money. I don't want to be greedy. It is not about being greedy. Just because you have doesn't mean that you're taking away from someone else. There's enough money in this world for all of us to have the abundance, whatever that is for us. And it really doesn't matter where you start. If you have debt right now, that's okay. Let's talk. I will teach you how to get out of debt in a fraction of the time. Because remember, I'm going to teach you things that the traditional industry doesn't teach. I teach people how to mitigate the interest so they can pay off their debt in maybe half the time or less. And then we can start putting those dollars to work for you.
And I think that is the thing that keeps some people away from wanting to talk to somebody about their money is that they might be embarrassed about their debt. They might be embarrassed about a bad interest rate or a bad deal that they feel stuck in. And that's the one thing that, and it seems like we went like from, okay, maybe we'd be in an audio room, a show together for a second to all of a sudden it's like you're everywhere that I'm at. And I love that. And it's like, I've been able to really understand your vibe now for close to a year or so. And it's like, you have never once shamed anybody. You have never once been like, yeah, you're not rich enough to work with me, or yeah, you're never going to get out of debt. And that's the thing that people don't realize is that there is no shame. We are in our places because we're in our places. But if we don't want to stay there any longer, we need to reach out to somebody like Leah. We need to be able to say, here's all my dirty secrets. Here's my little skeletons. I can't believe I made this deal, or this happened to me, or I lost this when this happened. It's not something to be ashamed about. It is something to learn from. And you do such a great job doing that with other people. And I've not worked with you directly yet on that. My finance person is also the mayor, so I got to kind of keep him because he's amazing. But one of these days we're going to talk money because I love the vibe you give off to people. And I want to make sure other people know that you are not intimidating. You are not going to shame people. And that's so much. It's kind of like why some people don't go talk to their doctor about losing weight, or they don't talk about this going on, if they're involved in drugs or the family's having stress, because we get that shamed feeling. And I never, ever feel that with you. And I love that about you so much.
Gosh, and you know what? I want to just share. Thank you so much, Jackie. I received that because I do work really hard to welcome anyone who wants help. So many people ask me, well, how much money do I need to have? How much money do I need to invest to work with you? And here is my key. Here's what it is. You've got to be ready. You've got to be ready and willing to do something different, because I'm going to help you to see everything, the good, bad, and the ugly. And I get excited when people come to me with debt. I love it when people kind of push things across the table or across the Zoom and they're like, I don't know what all this is. Help me figure it out. That's like a puzzle to me. Because then if we can show where you are, and then 3 months, 6 months, a year from now, we can see where you've gone, then people, it's like you see it turn in them. Their eyes open and they're just amazed on what they're able to accomplish. But all progress starts by telling the truth. We got to look at it first.
That is amazing, guys. This is why Leah came to this stage, because her heart is so huge. I had no idea about the whole martial arts. That's just a bonus. But thinking about all the success that she wants other people to have, she's not up here saying, oh, I've got 17 cars and I've done this, so you can do it too. She's saying, let's start where you are and let's grow. Guys, you want to talk to her, you want to follow her, and usually every Wednesday, correct, is your show? Does it sometimes, Mr.?
Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Yay.
Wealthy Wednesday.
And
you're probably do a wishful Wednesday. When you and Damien were doing that, I was like, oh, I love that. How about a wealthy Wednesday?
I love that. Well, you know what? You just did an amazing segue. So I'm not going to remove you from stage right now, because you just gave me an opening. Next week, Monday, that is December 22nd, Mr. Damien Kinsey is my guest. It is just Damien and I. Guys, we are doing Wishful Wednesday, Monday edition. It is a live show because, of course, LinkedIn does not have audio rooms, but that's where we grew people to realize that we are the people we say they are. Now, you are going to have people complain and bash you and try to make stuff up when they are intimidated by you and they are frustrated with their own lives. No, we are the real deal, and you're going to see it live and in person. We're going to be together Monday. So even though Monday is Monday, it's not Wednesday, it's Wishful Wednesday. So I know so many of you have trouble staying awake, or you've got other things going on Monday, but send in your wishes. I will post the event tomorrow. You can write in your wishes there. You can email or you can DM me directly or Damien. But come to the show if you want to share, if you want to be with your name shared or not. And because Miss Leah shared about Wishful Wednesday, I just want to remind you that it is coming back. It's not going to be all the time. It is going to be next week, Monday, Wishful Wednesday. If you never were part of that, it is a chance to share your wishes with the world, because many of us believe when you speak it out loud, it happens. And it is something that you don't have to be somebody that remembers it before. You don't even have to think you have a wish until you come to the show, but you're welcome and you deserve to have your words spoken. So Miss Leah, thank you so much for bringing Wishful Wednesday up. Thank you for doing your Wealth Wednesday, because that is an important thing and it has a perfect concept. If you would have just did Money Monday, they probably wouldn't come, but Wealth Wednesday reels you in. So you did some good marketing there, my dear. I appreciate it. I will see you on Wednesday, okay?
All right. Sounds great.
Oh gosh, I just love this show. I learn so much from the guests that come on here. I learn from you guys in the conversation, in the comments. Loved seeing some new faces here today. Love seeing some people here to cheer on Leah, cheer on Mesha, and to learn from each other. Guys, we are in this together. We are in this together. And if you say, yeah, but you live in a different city, state, country. No, we are in this one world at this exact time of life together for a reason. And I cannot thank you guys enough. Yeah, Jane, you heard it. Damien and I, next week, Monday, this time. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. Love seeing some family or faces that remember Wishful Wednesday. Love the idea of turning on new people to Wishful Wednesday. It is all about sharing what you want to share. And that's the power of us coming together. So thank you guys for your time. Again, Just Jackson Guest airs every single Monday night, my time, at least 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, depending on what time zone you is. Sometimes it gets a little tricky. So you can always watch it on replay on my LinkedIn or on my YouTube channel. Guys, I have one wish I'm going to put out before next Monday. I want to hit that 100 mark on my YouTube channel. And I think I got 3 people, maybe 4 people to go. It is the @ Jackie Hallberg LMSW. Please check it out. I've also got it dropped on this event in the LinkedIn page too as well. So would love to have you. Want to thank my dear friend, Mike LeBlanc, for my intro and my outro. So I am going to go ahead and play that right now. Love seeing some more people sneak in here, guys. You are amazing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the awesome women we had here, because guys, they do some amazing stuff and you're going to want to get to know them. Mesha, Leah, all their information is in the if you click on their little face on LinkedIn, you want to follow them. Thank you. If you want to be a guest sometime, message me soon. We still have a couple dates in January, but it's towards the end of the month. I want to get you on deck too. You guys take care. Here comes my outro.
Let's go. Hosting Just Jacks, we lift every voice. Re-entry with dignity, give people a choice. Restorative justice, repair what was torn. Conflict resolution, new trust can be born. Family unification, bring loved ones back. Hosting Just Jacks, we stay on that track. Connection at a time.